Oh yeah, and why does the KKK burn crosses? Thought you guys were Christians.
This is another video for black people. The Sphinx, the nose, it's like broken off. That's because it had a black nose, like the features of a black person's nose. And because we stole Egypt and all of their technology, we had to break the nose off. It's what we do best, whitewashing. Some other things that come to my mind, other than batteries and electricity being stolen from the Egyptians, Jesus was sold for 30 pieces of silver. That was also, coincidentally, the most amount of money a black slave could be traded for back in Roman times. Have you ever wondered how Jesus or a Jew or some Hebrew person walked into a town and everyone knew right away that they were Jewish? How do you know someone's religion? Just by looking, because they're black people. It's that simple. Have a mind, grow a brain. Dude, Kanye was right. Crucifixion itself was a torture method reserved for the slave class, black people in Rome. You think they were doing that to white people? Oh, did you know all the gladiators were black too? Oh, Spartacus? It wasn't a white dude. All those black names in the Bible. Zechariah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Enoch, Isaiah. We can do this a long time. We really can. It's the entire Bible. It's a black history book. It's a black history book.
Shalom, shalom. Giving all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakurash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great news who not do well. And salutation to the elect around the world, preaching this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushai is revealing these things to these heathen nations and also his people, right? So it is being revealed, right? These wicked Amalekites, these wicked heathens, Esau, Edom, started with these wicked heathens, Esau, Edom, right? Basically whitewashing everything that it have to do with Jake, right? They basically, as it's saying in Micah 2:1, they oppress the land and the heritage. I'll get it one time. Right? Micah 2:1 verse 1 and says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Even it's like when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. They cover it fields and take them by violence, the houses, and take them away. They oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Right? So that is what they do in the whitewashing. All these statues, they're making it look like these wicked Amalekites in our land right now. To make it look like they are the true children of Israel, but we know they are not. We know the scriptures say the prophecy that's going to happen to our people, and that is exactly what happened to us. It never happened to them, right? It never happened to them. They just basically lying. As scriptures say, the wicked go forth speaking lies. As soon as they're born, they go forth speaking lies, right? This is the lies they've been lying to the world all these times, and it's only a few know, the elites. Only a few did know, right? When it was in the dark, when everyone is in the dark before the good hair washing the side being spring up. Right, truly oh gosh, right, this is that. Yeah, but right before that happened, right, a lot of us was in the dark and we didn't know. So a few of the elites did know, right, and a few of these other heathens didn't know, but we did not. Right, well, the time is coming out now that we know who we are, we know our true power, what is his name, and know what is his son's name, because we could tell according to the scripture, according to the ancient text, according to the Hebrew tongue, right? Continuing, it says, verse 3, it says, therefore, thus said the Lord, behold, I am against, behold, against this family, do I devise evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily from this time of evil. Right? They can't escape. Right? The Lord will make it in a way that you can't escape. You shall see the Babylon is caught in the snare they have made. You chop them in the basically the fuck themselves. Right? We know what all the Lord's doing, Lord make that happen, but yeah, they fuck themselves. Right, I want to get this book of Revelation. Right, Revelation chapter 2 verse 9, and it says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. Who is speaking about here? He's speaking about his people, his Israelites, because he told us when we come out of slavery, we gonna be under all these heathens, and we gonna be going to them into the want of, for the want of all things. We gonna go to them, right? Every single meat, every single clothing, water, shoes, all these things that we have to buy, we have to get from these heathens, right? That is what I say. He knew the tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. How we rich? Rich in spirit. Being rich in the, a lot of us end rich in physical flesh, but hey, be rich in spirit, right? Continuing here, and it says, right, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Right? These wicked heathens and them names starting to, right? These wicked heathens are not trying to do anything good. It's only wickedness on the face that they're doing, and basically proclaiming that they are the children of Israel, but we know they are not the children of Israel, right? We know in 3 and 9 also. Revelation 3 and verse 9, and it says, I know thy works, behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. Right, so you know when the Lord say salvation is for Israel, salvation is for Israel and none else. No other nation will be able to get salvation but Israel. When the Lord say grace and mercy is for his elect, grace and mercy will be for his elect only and not any other nation. No one else. Right? Because that is who we choose to function with. Right? Continuing, it says, behold, so I say, I know thy works, behold, I have set thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast, right, it says, for thou hast a little shrink, and hast kept my word, and hast knocked, and hast not denied my name. Right, that is why. That's why the Lord opened a door for the elect, because right the hell when you come down, hold on to the end. You hold on when that time come of Jacob's trouble, you hold on to save the hold on to the word to save yourself from this judgment. So you don't slack right now under the banana up for 40,000 right now, so right now I ain't really functioning too much. I don't sleepy spirit trying to come on me right now, but they shake it off in my version. Right. Verse 8, and it says, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Right? We know they're lying. We know they're lying and saying that they are Jews. Right? We know the characteristics of the Lord's people. We know the prophecy of the Lord's people, right? So we know these wicked heathens are not the Lord's people, right? Continuing. It says, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet. That would say, yeah, good. Right, so like, yeah, continuing. It says, and I will make them come and worship before thy feet, to know that thou art love. Right? So, right, and just that also, these wicked heathens, this wicked Amalekite, this wicked Edomite, right, the foot, it doesn't stick in the old zone, the always fit to go somewhere else, right? Fit to go somewhere else and bully someone else, right? I want to go down to the precept here, Deuteronomy 28, right? Deuteronomy 28 and verse 43. Right, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 43, and it says, a matter of fact, I will read from verse. Read from verse 43. It says, the stranger that is within thee. A matter of fact, I wanted to bring it out in the GNT because it brought it out better in the GNT, right? Right, Deuteronomy 28. I believe GNT, I believe it was in. I believe it was a GNT. I'm too sure which one. Which I can't see the notice stating. Nah, it was a GNT. Bedouin GNT, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 43 in the GNT, right? And it says, verse 43 is the GNT, right? I can't remember which one it was. GNT, NLT. Reading GNT, I don't hear any. It says, foreigners who live in your land will gain more and more power while you gradually lose yours, right? And what happening right now? Who in our land right now, right? Who is basically ruling in our land right now? Isn't it these wicked heathens? As it's saying in Job 9 and verse 24, right? Now get here in the next Bible, Job 9 and verse 24, and it says, The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not who, if not, if not where and who is he? Right? Where is the wicked and who is the wicked? If it's not Esau, Edom, if it's not these wicked rats, these so-called ish rats living in Israel right now, if it's not them, then who is these wicked heathens and them? Who is this? Right? Because all fingers pointing straight to Esau, Edom, all fingers pointing straight to the white man. So-called white man, I should say. He's very pale, as you know, he's not white. He's basically pale, right? Continue, says in verse 43, Jeremiah in verse in Jeremiah, in Deuteronomy 20 and 43, it says, foreigners who live in your land will gain more and more power while you gradually lose yours. They will have money to lend you, but you will not have to lend them. To the end, they will be your rulers. And that's what's going on right now. We basically under these heathens and them because they making all the laws, they print any money, they make any money, and we have to basically go to them in the want of all things, as the scripture go forth to say here. Right in verse 44. 45. All these disasters will come on you, and then will you be with Slacker, and they will be with you until you are destroyed, because you did not obey the Lord Yahweh and keep all the laws that He gave you. Right? That's why the Lord put these heathens above us. This is basically our punishment, right? And yet still, these wicked jakes, they ain't gonna see it as it is. They ain't gonna see it as for what it is. They will basically continue, want to be willingly ignorant, want to be blinded, right? Telling the as the precepts say, telling the seers to see not, and telling us, and basically asking us to preach lies unto them, because that's what they like. They love the lies. The lies get so sweet, and so they get so accustomed to these lies, is that they will leave this now and in believe the truth. It sounds like the truth is the wrong thing, but no, the truth is nothing else but the truth, because it thus says Yahweh Shemeshai is speaking. Right? When you let you know these wicked heathens and is basically our enemies. We ain't saying that just out of the tip of our tongue, because the person come to the head. No, we saying this because we read it in the scriptures and showing you through the Bible, right? Showing you that Yahweh Shemeshai will put an end to these wicked heathens. Right? I want to go down into the book of Genesis here now. Right? Genesis 27. Right? Why these wicked heathens hate us so much? Why these wicked heathens and them have a perpetual hatred for Jacob? Right? And this is where it all started. About Genesis 27 and verse 1. And it says, and it came to pass, I like this Bible, it's so, I don't like it, it's so small, my eyes not really so 100. Right about now. Right? And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, my son. And he said unto him, behold, here I am. Right? So Esau speaking to the father here now, and then where's father here? And basically waiting for him to tell him what the instructions is here. Continue in verse 2. And it says, and he said, behold, now I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison. want to go down into that with Vetson here. You see where that is? Vetson, bow, bow. Bow, bow. Oh, this is the NLT, my bad. I realize that I don't see any good Vetson working too. Maybe some special meal, food or something, potter, food or something, provision night food, right? Basically preparing some food, right? Right, and take me some food and make me a savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. Right, so here comes his father let them know, alright, come and make this 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 um this meal for me, and after I make this meal for me, right, I will bless you after making this meal for me, right? Henceforth, verse 4, verse 5, I mean. See, and Rebekah heard when Isaac spake unto Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard your father speaking with Esau your brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids, and the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, for as he loveth, such as he loveth, Salakia. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau is my brother. Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man, right? Because in Bible scripture say Esau come out hairy like a garment, right? Yeah. We ain't, a lot of us in here like these wicked heathens and right, these monkey men. Yeah, these monkey men, I should say. Right, continuing. And his mother said unto him, no, verse 12, and it says, My father, slack. It says, continue verse 12, it says, My father pre-adventure will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. Right? So he was basically saying, well, is that one? If I do that now, that my father gonna make me out and realize that I is not Esau, right? And I wouldn't get it instead of getting the blessing, but end up being cursed, right? Verse 13, and it says, And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. And when he went and fetched and brought them to his mother, meats every meat such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob's younger son, and she put the skin of the kids of the goats upon his hand, and upon the smooth of his neck. Right. So basically, what she do? She basically dress him up. Yeah, that woman, she basically put all these things on him, so when his father come and touch him now, he will feel like if he hairy as a hairy man, as his brother. Right? Basically come and supplant the father to get a blessing, But we know, but all the says predestination from the Lord. All the says what the Lord wanted to happen. Right? So when this happen, don't let nobody else tell you, hey, no, that's not supposed to be so, and that's wickedness, because he come on, he see the father. No, that was predestination. If the Lord didn't want it to happen, then it wouldn't have happened. Right? Continuing here in verse 18, and it says, And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I, who art thy son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou biddest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord thy God brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come, nay, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. Right, so if I call him to check him out to see, right, if it's Esau or not. Right, but the Lord make it in a way that, hey, those skins of the kid goats will basically feel like the skin of Esau, the hair on Esau's hand. Right? Continuing here now, verse 23, and it says, And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, and his brother Esau's hands, as his brother Esau's hand. So he blessed him, and he said, Art thou my son, my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he said, Come near, and he said, Come near, and kiss him. So and he came near and kissed him, and He smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field which the Lord had blessed. Therefore power gave thee the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be the Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that cursed thee, and blessed be he that blessed thee. And this is the blessings of that we could get in the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shai. When the time come, it will be fulfilled. Right? All the nations and come bow down to us. Right? And it says, and it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out of the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting, and he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and brought it to his father. Yeah. And he said unto his father, Let my father arise and eat of my son, and eat of his son venison, that thy soul may be blessed. Right? And Isaac his father said, this is when he was like, wait, so I know bless you just know this. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, I am thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, were who is he? Who? Where is he that had taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him, yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry. So he cried like a bitch. Right? And he said unto his father, Bless me, even me, O father, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety and had taken away thy blessing. Right? So Jacob come and supplant his father and not getting the blessing, which was basically ordained for him. Right? And it says, and he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he had supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he had taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made the Lord and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and with wine, and with corn and with wine have I sustained him. And what shall I now do unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his hands. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Right? So basically, when he realized that his blessings have been taken away, and also his birthright have been taken away, he was crying because he fucked up from the beginning, from the jump. Right? Continuing on, Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of the heaven from above, and by the sword shalt thou live. Right? And just to speak about that part there, you see the sword that shall thou live. Basically, you're getting blessed with the sword. And as we can see today in this day and this age, who is the person who blessed with killing, with mass killing, mass destruction? Isn't it these wicked heathens, Esau, Edom? Right? And it says, and by the sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. Yeah, and shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Right? So from the jump, when every single thing came into play, they hated us. They had a perpetual hatred for us. But the time is going to come, right, after every single thing they did unto us, unto the Lord's children, they're going to have to, right, they're going to have to pay the consequence for this. I'll just bring on this last piece up and I'll close up for today. Isaiah 35. Ezekiel's like at 35. And I'll start from verse 1, right? And it says, Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. And where Mount Seir is, we know that Edomites, Esau, Edom, they are the ones that dwell in Mount Seir from the beginning. Right? When they left from Ammon, his brother Jacob, I believe you will read that in Exodus 17. Right? Say, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord, Behold, Mount Seir, I am against thee. I will stretch out thy hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Right, this is what the Lord is going to do to America, aka Babylon. Right? It says, continuing here, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, because thou hast heard. Get no back shall rain coming. Go to this rain here first. The cloak on the up. Nah, rain falling. What you going on here? And hard bus on rain falling and what about the cloak on him? I can run out and check what see what I can for hard go. You have to carry a bucket, Jacob. Wait, this man is missing. Right, continuing verse 4, and says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and in the time of their iniquity had an end. Right, so they saw as soon as they saw that, continuing here in verse 6, it says, Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, saith, blood shall pursue thee. Sit thou has not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Right? So that is what's gonna happen to the wicked heathens then, because as the scriptures say, just how blood defile land, the blood will have to purify land, and it will be their blood. Right? Continuing here in verse 7, it says, thus will I make the mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that remaineth. Right? And it will be destroyed with thermonuclear fire, thus says Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Verse 8, it says, and I will fill his mountains with his slain men, and in thy hills and in thy valleys, and all the rivers shall in all the rivers they shall fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Giving all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great ministry and do well, and citation to the brothers around the world, preaching His word and strength in sincerity. Until the next one, shalom, shalom, shalom.